Well, this is my first video on YouTube, and we're going to be starting with something simple. Something I think we've all come in contact with, but a specific model I don't think a lot of us have actually used with a certain brand. And that is Victorinox. But this is this specific model. And this model here is called the Secretary. And I mean, we've got the box, we've got everything with this one. This is pretty much new old stock from Baltimore Safety Department, but it's a more of a just a commercial item. But it's a commercial item you could actually use back when they would actually give you something worth a shit. But the reason I'm making my video about this is, and my first video about this type of knife is, this is a simple equal end pen knife. And I think with all the collecting and everything, we forget that this is something of value. And from a company like Victorinox, where we're thinking cap lifters, screwdrivers, and bottle openers, something like this is kind of a oddity and can be refreshing and humbling at the same time. Kind of riding on the piggyback of Tobias with his Knife Chats video. He's started a series, and he's been talking about the ALOX series of knives. And right now I'm going to be focusing on primarily the ALOX series of the Pocket Pal and Secretary. So these are all 84mm Victorinox knives. Now this one in particular is one that I actually picked up in a TSA lot. And we've got a nickel silver bail here. Okay. Nice big flat back spring. This one though, it really is an early one. We've got the Victorinox Tang stamp there with stainless steel Rost Frey and Switzerland there, but on the back we've got Victoria. And that actually is a very early Tang stamp. I've seen that this SAC Wiki really helped me out finding that out, but this is probably from the 60s or 70s. And this one was in bad shape. I actually polished up the blade a little bit. Didn't lose a lot of the use, but I polished it up to where I wanted it to be and sharpened it up where I wanted it to be. Came out great. And these knives are stupid simple, stupid slim. I mean, they're really slim knives. And they come in so many variations. I actually really love all the variations that come with it. But this one here is an early one. This is actually the Elinox Shield. This was a line from Victorinox. Almost cut my finger off there. Like you could do it with something like this. This one has the Elinox Tang stamp on it. And then Victorinox on the other side. And I actually originally thought this may have been a Swiss military model, but it's just the Elinox shield that Victorinox used. And what's interesting is the big blade, or the large pen blade, closes on that end, whereas regularly you've got the sign or the shield on that end. So I thought that was kind of an interesting divide there. Here's another one, and these are just so slim. These are so fun to carry. You put them in a little slip, and I think they are a humbling knife. And this one was an Allied Signal knife, and this one's probably from the 90s. It's got a large V, so probably from the 90s or 80s. I'm not too sure when they changed the lettering there. But this is a nice one. This is a nice one with the blue. I love that cobalt blue. It's just aged really well. And these knives are just easy to collect. They're getting harder and harder to find now, but especially in good condition. But these weren't beaten. A lot of these knives were not beaten up. Here's a little bit of rough shape secretary. I think these are Pocket Pals. And then the... No. Pocket Pal has no bail or keychain. Secretary has no. And then Pocket Pal has the keychain or bail. So this is a secretary. And again, nice little knife. Have a little bit of oil on it. I try to keep all the pivots oiled. And this one had a little bit of pitting on it. This one's probably from the 90s. But this one was kind of beaten up. So you can find these relatively cheaply. They're not like you can find them anywhere. It took me some time to find these, and here's one that's very minty, very good condition. You'll notice that the spring is not as thick on this one as it was on these earlier models, but still got really good snap. This one's very clean minus the oil. These are all stainless steel. I just keep them oiled. And man, listen to that snap. That is secure. That is secure. It's not going anywhere. And these offer so much to an EDC. I feel people have forgotten about them, and they're kind of an oddity from Victorinox. Now, Victorinox at some point a few years back actually acquired this brand and absorbed it and absorbed a lot of their styles. This is the Patriot from Wenger, and this is basically their equivalent of this, but I always found Wenger knives had weaker springs. Don't know if that was a quality thing, don't know if that was a decision thing, but they just felt weaker and the blades were a little thinner. But this is their rendition of an equal end penknife. But what's interesting is on the small pen blade, you've got this nice cut here. So it's like a little tiny Bowie blade. It's nice. I love that. That cleaned up really nicely, and it took some time to get that. That wasn't the easiest one to find. And here we go. This is a modern one. This is a modern rendition of this one. This is the Pocket Pal, and we've got nice blade here. You can see that you've got this smaller V there versus the bigger V's on some of these, but these are just really great knives. Throw them in your watch pocket on your jeans, and I find they offer a lot. Now, Victorinox actually offered Celador scaled models of these, and very different. They had different colors. One that's a rarity is actually this gray one, and this is a secretary, and we've got a nice clean blade on this one, and this color is pretty hard to find. I have only seen maybe 3 in gray, and this is probably from probably the early 90s. And this one is in very good shape. You've got the large pen blade, and then you've got the smaller blade. So you also have Celador equivalents to these, and I just feel these knives just offer a lot to somebody. Now, they don't offer the tools like a cap lifter or any of that, but I think that's what makes these unique. And they also had Boy Scout and Cub Scout models of these. So you have the Boy Scout emblem here, and then Cub Scout, and then Boy Scout. I mean, isn't that cool? Now, the different thing about the Boy Scout one is you've only got one blade. And I think this one was called the Century. And this only has one big blade on this. And this one is new old stock. I even have the box for it. But that's an elegant knife. If you needed an office knife and just a knife to sharpen a pencil or cut open an envelope, That's the knife to have. And I think that's where I wanted to start with my videos, is just you know, unique knives. These are very unique knives, and I feel like they're just something different from Victorinox. They're not your everyday Victorinox knife. They're simple. I mean they're stupidly simple, but they're effective. They do their job. I just really appreciate these, and I hope that somebody that finally watches this video to the end here appreciates them with me and sees that they are special also. Now, there may be some of you out there that are like, well, this is actually just a piece of shit. And you know what? We all have an opinion. That's fine. But I just think these are special. Special because they come from a brand that's renowned for having tools on a knife. It's only have 2 blades. And I really appreciate you looking at these with me. And I'm going to be uploading more videos. They're not all going to be Victorinox, but I'll be starting out with Victorinox just as ease on into this review deal. And I'm not going into specs. I'm not going on blade steels. I'm just talking about why I like these and why I collect them, and why I think they should be either collected or taken interest in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching to the end. And if you like this video, you know, the whole spiel, like and subscribe, you know, you don't have to, but hey, if you want to, that would help. Really appreciate you viewing this with me. Hope you have a great day or a great night wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much.